Marki, what is the story behind your success?
What is the story behind my success? I think that I wrote it down. What is the story behind my success? The determination. Motivation, inspiration, determination with consistency. I knew what I want. What I did not know was the steps. And I learned that from my coaches. Those steps are very crucial because do you know the question, how do you eat at an elephant?
Yes.
Yes.
One bite at a time.
Yes.
But if you know what you want and you see yourself in 20 years' time, how do you come back to the present moment to actually start? You can do it, but you need help because your mindset is in the future, not in the present moment. You need to come back. But can you do it alone? I don't know.
No.
I don't think so. I can't do it. I could if I really focus on the spiritual realm. And if you meditate or do religious practices or anything, it doesn't matter how you put your hands up, cross, down, anyway, the results are the same. So when you focus on the present moment, you know the steps. No, I can't do this yet because I'm not there yet. I have to do this one first. So you are starting to prioritize. And you listen to your coach.
Yes.
Yeah, the masters, of course. If you want to become the master, you have to listen to the master.
Yes.
Yes, yes. What mistake have you made along the way?
When I started to write the book, when I signed up, I did not know what I got myself into. Because when you are a writer or you are selling a book or coaching services, it's a business. And with the business comes with laws, regulations, policies, and all that paperwork, which is, they say, oh, it's just paperwork. You don't need to know that now, but really, you do. Because then if you don't do it right at the beginning, you will lose your time and effort when you have to correct the mistakes.
Yes.
When you did not learn the bookkeeping in the beginning, you will struggle to keep up when you actually need to give the self-assessment to the HMRC or whichever country you're in, and you have to deliver. So what you have been up to? What you are going to have? Nothing.
Yes, you have right. Marki, when you have a difficult relationship, how do you get over it?
It's not about how do you get over it. It's about what you get from that relationship. Does the person drain you? Does the person stopping you to evolve? Is it something you can talk about? Is it something that you can compromise? And also, do you live with that person? Or does that person live somewhere else? You need to ask specific questions to answer the question itself, because all aspects makes a big difference. If you know someone who is a pain in the butt and does not live with you, then obviously you're not keeping in touch that often. But if you live with that person, you have to set up boundaries. It's very important. This is me, this is you. If you cross the boundary, well then, what are we going to do about that? Are you going to cross the boundary every single time? well, then we cannot live together. But when that happens, what did you learn from that relationship? Can you do it better with the other one, next relationship? Or is it going to be a pattern? That's what you need to ask yourself.
Yes.
And of course, there are more questions to ask.
Awesome.
Marki, if you could start all over again, what would you do differently?
I wouldn't. And then let me tell you why. Because this is actually from the movie. I'm not going to say which movie, but they say that the past is a history. The future is a mystery. The present is a gift. That's why it's called the present. So if you don't know the future, actually, I'm writing in the book as well that you don't have to be psychic to know what you want for yourself and your family. Because if you are psychic, you already know what you want. You can predict. You know, the computers these days, the Google, they have acronym, what's it called? Algorithm. And if you noticed that whenever you search for a word, suddenly an advert will come out. Oh, I have been searching for that. They already know what you want. It looks like there's a coincidence. No, it's not. The same is when you do things and you know what you want, you predict what you need at the time when you need it, because you plan it, you become organized. So you become a psychic. I know what is going to happen when I do this.
Excellent. Yes. How do you push through your worst times?
Before I did not have my book. Now I have my book. So you have constant reminder of your past experiences. If I can do this, I can do that. And you challenge yourself. You bring your lessons higher and higher and higher. So whatever happened in the past, that prepared me for the much bigger and bigger and bigger experiences. So if you know that you have accomplished something in the past, take it as advice. I can do this. You are enough because you already done it. This is just a little bit extra.
Wow, very interesting.
Yes. How do you get rid of daily stress, or what do you do to enjoy in every day?
As all the gurus are saying, eat well, sleep well, exercise well, but that's not it. You can do it, you know, whenever. But the point is, if you are not consistent, it doesn't really matter what you do. You have to believe that you can do it yourself without somebody telling you what to do and how to look after yourself better. So I focus on meditation, exercises, and a good breakfast and a nice cup of tea. Cheers. What you do in the morning, it's up to you and your needs. But you need to realize that if you do it only for 2 weeks and then nothing, what will happen? Nothing. If you do it for 1 year and then you stop, what will happen? Nothing. So you have to choose what routine you want to do every single day to build it up. Because how we, the thing is, how we grew up, we are creating patterns.
Yes.
And that's how we learn, from the patterns. We might not see it at the time when we are doing it, but when you look back, you notice, oh, I did that for quite a while. I actually enjoy that. It's the same thing as you would not lift 10 kilograms if your muscle is only able to lift 2. Would you? So you'd build up the muscle. But what happens when you do the muscle? Have you seen the people who are on steroids and they have these muscles, you know, really strong, but they go off the steroids and suddenly zoom. The same happens with the habits. Because you want to change the habits in order to create your own character. Once you create your own character, it's not the same as it is you yet. It has to become you. That's me, nobody else. So once you have that, then it doesn't really matter what routine you choose, because it will become you.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes. Marki, if you would have words microphone for a few minutes, what would you say to the world?
Life is precious. Life is so precious that it is important to know the value of your life. As people usually are in the point of depression or stress, enormous stress, that they suffer with migraines. Mind you, I did suffer with migraines as well. And I'm not anymore, because I developed a technique to eliminate migraines. That's not the point. The point is that if you want to come back to life, you will come back to life. There are two roads. There are two tunnels. One, as the scientists confirm, that people who are dying, they see a tunnel and the light at the end of the tunnel. But when they cross the tunnel and they actually reach the level of the light, they will pass away. There is another tunnel with a coach who actually has the results at the end of the tunnel. That's the light. And when they lead you through the tunnel and you reach the light, you come back to life. It's like, I can breathe. Now the choice is yours. Which tunnel you want to take? For me, the value is never take your life. You have to build a core value within yourself that you are not allowed to take your own life, because life is precious. That's it.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. How can people find you?
Well, they can, if they choose the Google search and they type in Marki Spacilova, come back to life, they can find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page, Facebook profile, and they can find even my website, authormarki.co.uk. Right now, when we are actually recording this, it's at the moment in maintenance. When you go there right now, it does not really work. Nothing works. But it is in the process to be fixed. And in the meanwhile, I can provide you with an email address, which is connectwithmarki@authormarki.co.uk. But if you don't want to use this email address, there is a Facebook page. You can contact me through Facebook page. You can contact me through Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn. There are many ways how to find me.
Thank you, Marki, for giving us this wonderful interview.
You're welcome. Anytime. I hope that helps.
Yes,
Yes.
wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.